Alright folks, I'm Mysterious JG. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII. We are being offered for the first time in the game our opportunity to decide what battle team we want. It's a bit ridiculous. Snow's been running around behind watching Lightning, Hope, and Fang fight all along. Sazh and Vanille, of course, had been together, and since there was only two of them, they were both able to fight. Now we've got all six gathered, and for some reason, only three are going to be able to fight at a time, so we get to choose who they are. You can change the composition of your battle team by pressing Y to open the main menu and then selecting Paradigms. From the Paradigms menu, select Battle Team, and you'll be able to choose the battle team leader and members. Change the members of your battle team will reset the party's paradigm deck. Select Customize to check your current paradigm and alter it if desired. So there's a couple of things we could try here. We could bring in Sazh. That would give us a synergist who can cast haste. Hope can't cast haste yet. I believe he gets it later. If we were going to sub out, but really, as I mentioned before, there's kind of different characters who are complements to each other. There really would never be a point in having both Fang and Snow in at the same time because they're both good sentinels. Really, that's the only one, though. We wouldn't need two of the same. Generally, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have both Vanille and Hope in because they're both primarily medics with some secondary roles. So you can either have Lightning or Sazh, because they both have the Commando and the Ravager thing going on. Snow or Fang will both probably be Sentinels. And then you want one of the two that's good at being a medic. Lightning has medic as a secondary ability, but it's kind of like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with the ladies. Battle team has been changed. Now we need to get our setups going. Probably we'll want to have Relentless Assault. Although I already had Relentless Assault down there, so what am I doing? We are going to want to be able to do Exploitation. Actually, a good one here would be Safe Subversion. This is where we just start throwing down all sorts of nasty stuff on the enemy. We'll need Combat Clinic for sure. We need Delta Attack. That's the safest attack one that we can possibly have. We could do this when we're not so much in danger and we want to keep chain levels going. Exploitation. And this is kind of ridiculous. I've only got one where we have Vanille healing. Entourage. Solidarity. This is one that we can do if I just want to keep the chain gauge going, but we don't feel like we need to have everybody healing like in Combat Clinic. This is probably our best bet. Relentless Assault will be a good thing to have as we go into battle against these generics that we're getting ready to fight. When we get to the boss, not that big a deal what your yeah, see, she's got buff duration plus 50%. That's pretty awesome. And so does she. So we should have access to a save point soon, or like now I should say. Now we got Vanille back. Maybe Fang will stop being such a bitch every time we stop moving for a second. Actually, we won't hear a lot of that kind of dialogue anymore now that you're allowed to choose your battle team. Because it usually be whatever two people you were forced to have as your secondary characters would always get to say stuff to you. So I guess we'll have less of that from now on. We'll It's a shame. While I was like making a big deal about how annoying Fang was with hers, it was nice to have that kind of background chatter going. I just set my timer because I kind of forgot, but if we get to the boss and we're not really close to the end of the video, so that I'll just split it, if we fight the boss this video, it's gonna be a long video. Oh no, I went specifically to go to the shop and then I just kind of forgot. I want to see if Black and White Outfitters has added the... No, it's still the Brawler's wristband. I haven't added anything higher up than that. Alright. Activate. Check to see if there's anything really cool in this last area here, because this is the last screen before we get to huge amounts of plot stuff and then the boss. And there is some stuff in this area that we need to get. It's actually quite a lot of stuff. Yeah, this might take a full video to clear. Okay. So at the end of this big long hallway is the path to the boss, but it's actually a fairly complicated hallway, and there's going to be a lot of battles here that we cannot really avoid. I was kind of hoping to sneak up on you guys, but that was never going to happen, was it?
You know what to do.
Take off every zig. It might just be in my mind, but I think it really is. She attacks noticeably faster. Bazooka Joe. Ouch. Ow. That kind of hurt a bit. Oh, you know what? Shouldn't have switched. He's almost dead. Just finish him. Although that might have just kept us alive. Probably would have been... No. Should have kept at it. Didn't realize he was going to be staggered right that second. Whatever. It's all good. Got some more chips and stuff to sell, too. So... Yeah. You can't rush but so fast. You have to clear these places out of enemies before you can do what you need to do. Liberoscope, not really that big of a deal, but hey. Now, some kind of way you can get back here and get a treasure. It's really practical design, this aircraft, giant aircraft carrier full of like giant mechanical dragon beasts and extendable platform stairs, and it's not, you know, I'm nitpicking the realism of a fantasy game here, but this is just, there's a lot of goofiness here, that's all I can say. Alright, so I actually want to cut all the way across to the other side here, because this whole thing is kind of like 3 different paths. You start on the central path, and there's 1, 2, depending on whether we want to think cardinal directions or facing the door, either left and right paths or east and west paths. But of course, to get all the treasure, you're pretty much clearing the entire room of stuff. And now that we have our selection of party and we can stock it with the people whose gears we've been upgrading, you know, obviously we're in really good shape.
On your toes.
Got your nose. So finish him off, and then hopefully we can get some damage in the Thermodon before it's unstaggered. We're not going to be able to kill it here, but... Oh, who knows? Maybe we can launch it and then we'll never get to land. No. By failing to keep it airborne, we've given it... Whoa, hold on. It still hasn't gotten its damn shell back. Does it need to, like, stop being attacked in order to grow it back? Or does it just never get that back, even if it survives the first stagger? I find that kind of hard to believe. I'm surprised. Either way, we're about to win.
Eat this! Eat it! Eat it right now! Eat it and like it!
Yeah, Mom. I think Dear Mum might be even more obscure than Sarah and Stud. It's Sarah and it is Stud. It's Sarah and Stud, Sarah and Stud. It's been a long time since anyone mentioned Sarah. Which is why it's difficult for me to find excuses to mention Stud. Playing through the end of Wings of Liberty earlier today, and kind of realized how many lost chances, how many times I missed the chance to make jokes about Sarah Kerrigan and Stud. Anyway, we'll just keep soldiering on. We're gonna march right through these lame fucks' territory. Keep going down this way, and we will get access to another super funky treasure. And then we will be obligated to cut the other way again. Looks like we can get this treasure without finding anything. That's nice. So you don't have to cross every single inch of this screen, but you do have to cross quite a bit of it. We got an Umbra. What the hell is an Umbra? It's a weapon for somebody. What is that, like a... Is that like brass knucks for you? Yeah. And has improved ward. Yeah, that's the weapon that if you really want him to be like a super sentinel, which not a bad idea for the optional boss at the end of the game. He does have higher final defense and hit points, I think, than Fang. Then that's a weapon you can go with. This is not going to be a fun battle, but we pretty much need to clear these central areas. It's just way too difficult to get around otherwise.
On your toes.
So I'm going to kill the hunters. Try to kill them first. Oh no, they're giving themselves all this special powers. Forget it. Kill the destroyer first. He delivers devastating physical attacks. Chain bonus accumulates quickly. I don't know what his other special mode is. We don't know anything about this guy. Well, we can get rid of the destroyer easily, so let's do so. From there, honestly, it might not be a bad idea to switch to exploitation. I'll finish off the destroyer. He's not already gone. Oh, I think she just... No, she's not dead. I thought Vanille had just died.
Are you looking at me?
Don't you look at me! Don't you ever look at me! Mommy!
New strategy.
Okay, that will get rid of all their things that they've given themselves. Special powers.
You asked for it.
Bitch.
You looking at me? Thanks. You looking at me?
You looking at me, things is kind of getting weird. Oh, hurry up and take her out. There you go. Light. It's actually working fairly well. But I don't think any of these things are working on the Psycom Reaver. Appears to have status immunities up to Yin Yang. Been inflicting deep protect, for example.
New strategy.
Actually, we need a little healing for Fang here. Then we can switch back to Delta Attack. That's the safest way to take him out, probably. So I don't think I'm going to get 5 stars for this. I'm taking too long. But he's doing some real damage to Lightning, and he doesn't seem to be targeting Fang. Like he's supposed to be. But he's almost staggered anyway. And he has finally had his attention placed on Fang, so that's nice.
Keep a cool head.
Keep a cool head. I always staggered him, so it's finally pretty much over. Yay! Let's see how many stars we got for that. Like 3. Beautiful. So we got some credit chips. Incentive chips are better than credit chips. So, crunchy chips. Thin and crispy on your lips. However it goes. I believe this will take us to a new treasure. I'm sitting here with the hint book in front of me. It's paid good money for a hardcover of the book when it came out. I mean, this was the first Xbox 360 Final Fantasy game that, and the history had been that the first game for any new system is usually pretty damn good. So that was not the one that I needed, though. That was not the droid I was looking for. I need to go this way. I will set this one up while I'm here, but that's not actually the one I want next. I need to go here in order to get 3,600 gil. And the sensitive and that one iron bangle from the beginning of the game. I got all the treasure. I don't see a treasure chest here. I might have messed this up.
Let's get this over with.
Actually, I think I did come to the wrong place, but that's fine. I can get to it from here. I was probably going to have to wipe these guys out eventually anyway to navigate through the next area. I thought you were already... I thought I'd put in an input to take my frickin' turn.
Out of my way! Back under your rock.
What do you mean, back under my rock? What the hell does that even mean? Back under your rock, mate. So yeah, I feel pretty well prepared for the enemies around here. It'll be interesting to see how I do against this boss who's coming up fairly soon. Lots of chips, yeah. So it's... Do I see a treasure chest down there? Yes, this is where I actually need to go next. But I was gonna need to... Well, I know if I'd been smarter, I wouldn't have needed to fight these guys, but they were easy. And I got incentive and credit chips out of it, which is exactly what I had been farming in that off-screen farming that I talked about. Friends of Mineral Town. Looks like I might be able to skip that group of guys, though. Actually, no, I'm not going to be able to skip that group of guys. Damn it. Because... Wait. Maybe I can. I'm confused about exactly where I am. There should be a path back to the middle from here. But I need to go straight ahead to get the last treasure that's located around these parts. And once again, I can't tell if I'm looking at the front or back of that particular beast. That's the front. This guy's going to continue staring at me. There will be no preemptive strike here. So whatever. You suck, what? I mean, you suck. What? Keep going with the same Australian female voice for these two characters. One of them needs to be some kind of like rough voiced Australian man. It's the only way. Why the hell didn't I just started slamming buttons. I figured I would auto heal Fang.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Keep going, mate.
Oh, they're healing each other. Duh.
Eat this.
Alright, fine. I will just start using debuffs on you guys then. You're the jerks. Healing each other all the time. Oh, we're gonna die. I'm just not doing well here. I haven't taken any of them out.
Steady now.
We're gonna get like 0 for time bonus on this.
Here we go.
Fang would be able to do some good if we only had she only had counter, but we shouldn't have that yet. I did take out one of the guys though, so that's something. Destroyers are supposed to have their chain filled quickly, so
Keep a cool head.
now Vanille's in trouble again.
Pathetic. New strategy.
So take out the damn destroyer. He's the only one who's left out of all these guys. Other than, you know, the actual big beastie who's really supposed to be taking the time to destroy. I don't think I did a particularly good job against this combo of guys, but, you know, we'll get through it. Not immune to anything, so really hope it doesn't hit oh, poison would be really nice. Hope it doesn't hit Fang with whatever the hell its super attack is. I think it's about to hit Fang with the super attack. Yep, there she goes.
Don't give up. Keep a cool head.
At least they built up its chain gauge while with all that failed attempts to poison it. And the successful attempts to hit it with other things, of course. Come on, Fang. There you go. So, wow, that took forever. 0 stars, most likely. Yep. But I got a segmented care of this, and that makes it all worthwhile. And I'm starting to think that I'm just going to end the video when I get to the cinematics surrounding encountering the boss. Because this is taking a while, and the boss battle is going to be a really long fight. Yagu's flying around. Can I just trigger them? I'm gonna have to fight them eventually. Maybe I could just break them off into smaller or easily digestible groups. I guess not. Gold bangle. What does that do? Is it worth my time? Pretty big hit point increase. Right now I like the idea that she's got that extra strength. Because she doesn't get that much of a strength boost from the Axis Blade compared to other weapons had I powered them up to a similar extent. Is this speed weapon, not a power weapon. So we will go over there and take on that guy. He will have a bunch of jetpack dudes to back him up, probably. They created the illusion that he's on his own, but it ain't so. Look, as soon as I start moving here, they all take over. That is fine.
On your toes.
Might be a bad idea. It seems like every time I don't start attacking right away, something bad happens, but... These guys deliver physical attacks, susceptible to slow. This guy can do a bunch of stuff.
Out of my way! You looking at me?
Would you auto-heal Vanille? Damn it. I'm gonna lose. I don't know what, every so often you just press the button to execute your loaded command queue and nothing happens. It just takes you back. I don't understand it. It's probably something it either has something to do with if the character dies, it resets your queue or something. But every so often I just find myself like being like, go! Jake, go! Okay, so forget about trying to debuff them. Just start killing them. This is like the last battle before the boss, so it's probably meant to be pretty freaking hard. But the way they were flying around there was like, no, pretty much they are designed to be. You're meant to be drawn into this fight and not be able to get out of it, I'm sure. So let's try combat clinic again. Come on, we're just
Here we go!
We'll do Delta attack. It was kind of the safest of the offensive paradigm. It takes a little time to kill, but since you do have a Sentinel, it can prevent you from...
Out of my way!
It will stop you from getting like overwhelmed quickly.
Change of plan.
Damn it. She died outright.
Cheers. Thanks.
So let's go with an even safer attack paradigm when Vanille isn't dead, that is.
Time for another approach. You'll make it.
Get up, you lazy bitch.
Cheers. Thank you.
This one is just lightning chipping away with commando attacks, while our Sentinel is constantly being killed. I think we can get a little bit more aggressive now.
Eat this.
He's charging his mana drive, folks. He's powering up. Right now, he's only using 1% of his true power. Yes, that's right, he's freezing. Penis head DBZ villain Frieza is here. So, lightning is being targeted. That's always kind of dangerous. But now it's staggered, so we're good. One significant improvement that Final Fantasy XIII-2 makes is that since there's really only 2 playable characters, and then your third party member is never somebody that you're allowed to directly control. If the playable character you are playing as is defeated, you switch to the other playable character, which means none of this, bullshit where party leader goes down and no matter what shape the rest of your party is in, it's over. Yeah, that is gone, which is, I think, a good thing. Okay, so this is where I actually need to head next, but I actually want to go here to get some more treasure. I think at this point I can shut down my timer because I've decided that regardless of how long the rest of this treasure collecting takes, I'm going to finish it, call it a video, and then take on the next boss. Well, the boss, I should say, of the area. Nah, let's just take her out. I'm not going to bother with debuffs. Just kill her. She's got all these cool buffs on, but they don't really do anything about your stagger meter. And when we stagger her, she's going to die. Like that, see?
Too late for one! No to run to, baby, no to hide.
Emil is in trouble because she just got shot with a bunch of bazookas. So, you know, in her defense, she got shot with a bunch of bazooka blasts. Kind of sucks. You don't really want that to happen to you. Now she's dead. These guys are saying no mercy a lot. They're big WWE fans.
Next about like a spooky sister.
Oh, it's not Hope who always goes, ah! It's enemies. Hope might do it too. That guy was totally about to shoot lightning in the face with a bazooka. Fang had nice timing there, making the save. An incentive chip. Earned a decent amount of cash with fighting these guys in this area. Wouldn't necessarily be a bad place to grind, except that there's a lot of enemies here who do not drop those types of items. And the area I was in was populated almost entirely by enemies who do drop incentive chips randomly. So I gotta grab this. A perfect conductor. Mr. Perfect is the perfect conductor. I tell you, his rendition of the 1812 Overture, it will make you cry. Because of all the cannon smoke getting in your eyes. But he really is the perfect conductor. So what is this location called? Again, you can't actually find out the names of the rooms that you're in this game. Unless there's some trick I don't know. But it kind of... It looks like it's some kind of like technological wonderland place, but these arched ceilings and then those doors make it look like it's supposed to be some kind of like airborne cathedral. Don't really get it. It's definitely a neat design. I mean, you know, I've talked a little bit about the goofiness of the design in this game. Complained a lot about how linear the maps are, blah blah blah. I mean, nothing really to me touches. Even Sazh's ridiculous hot rod doesn't touch. You wish you hadn't. Wish I hadn't what? Made fun of Sazh's hot rod. Even that doesn't touch the ether cell. Maybe that's a hint. But that doesn't really touch the motorcycle made of 2 robot chicks. So we are going to sell 18 credit chips, which really not as awesome as it sounds because they're not worth that much. It takes 5 credit chips to be worth 1 incentive chip, which is why we're actually going to get a lot more from the 6 incentive chips than from the 18 credit chips. But certainly still glad we got them. And I'm going to hold on to that money. I'm going to try not to spend that money because eventually we're going to get access to a store where we can buy fancy pants, minerals like millerite and rhodochrosite, and we're going to need those to upgrade the Gale Bog and the Axis Blade. And eventually I'm going to get my hands on some Hermes sandals or whatever they're called, some kind of accessory for lightning, which will help with the whole speed up thing. I might want to upgrade one of those to a higher level item too, the same way that I got the Aurora Scarf out of the Rainbow Scarf. Not the Rainbow Scarf, the Whistlewind Scarf, excuse me. While I'm here, I'll double check. I'm pretty sure I don't have the items needed to upgrade the Gageo Bog or Axis Blade. Alright, I was pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure I can't buy them or I would have already saved up and done that. So we're going to save our game. And we're going to take us a little break. And I'm not going to bother to set the timer for the next video, because it's going to be as long as it takes to defeat the next boss. Here's the next boss, waiting behind that door. And it's going to end one of the game's longer and more dramatic acts. I hope you'll join me for this next time, folks. I keep telling you there's a boss coming. I guess I shouldn't telegraph that there's going to be a boss fight, but you knew some kind of boss had to be coming. Because we're about to burst in, theoretically, to the room. Colonel Nabata's in there, the crazy dominatrix chick who wanted, like, murder Sazh. So she might, we might have to fight with her. We've also got, like, Emperor Palpatine or whatever the hell. We got the dude with, like, the white lacy headdress on, who's, like, president of Cocoon. We might have to fight with him, or there might just be something where you go to fight him and he snaps his fingers and the Golem boss appears. I mean, we don't know what's coming, except you're not going to get to the end of an act like this without a boss fight. So we'll see that boss fight next time, folks. I'm the Mysterious JG. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.